Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. They'll pay a little bit of a price for missing the fairway here, because from that rough, you cannot control the spin on the golf ball. See if he can clip this one perfectly, drive it in there from about 120 yards.
Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Well, that's how you play the game, right there. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Needs a few more of those. That was a good birdie.
Yeah, this time that one gets him in the top 10.
How about this second, a par 5?
Well, if you're brave, you try and flash it down that tree line down the left, but there's a couple of limbs that poke out. Every now and again, they catch an errant tee shot.
And that's going to stay on the fairway here at the second hole. And he steps up to take this shot from the fairway. Player elected to lay back here, Frank, but still a chance. Green light special.
It is. A good layup here in the middle of the fairway. You can basically go at any flag position now.
So on the putting surface, and taking a good look now at this birdie putt here at the second. Frank, this would be a nice way to jumpstart the round.
Yeah, his momentum can quickly go in the right direction if he makes this.
Starting to put it together right now, Frank.
Join that trio at the top.
Frank, break down the par 3 third for us.
A big ridge in the middle of this green. Really you have a front section and a back section. That front bunker, the one that you first see off the tee, that really doesn't come into play. But there's a sneaky one behind the flag and down the left side. Really good par 3.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Just slides by.
Yeah, can't afford to miss too many of those out here today.
For the par. That's a solid par. Still in it, Frank. Action is underway, and we'll take you out to hole number 4. Frank, you have to be impressed with what you've seen from the golfer so far.
It's rock solid. The ultimate of professional. Doing exactly what you should be on a day like today. Not on the fairway here. This could be a tough shot coming up next.
Frank, in golf, as we know, there's short grass and there's long grass. We all want to be in that short grass, but it doesn't always work out that way. So what's the most important element from the shot, from the rough?
You have to be a little bit more conservative first and foremost, because you can't guarantee a perfect strike out of the long grass. So therefore you have to look around the greens, maybe short, to the right, to the left, and realize what's involved. And also just give yourself a slightly bigger target.
I tell you, he's setting himself up for a good weekend. A former college #1 makes another birdie. Now to the 5th. This long par 4 thought to be one of the most difficult holes on the front side here at the TPC Sawgrass.
If you've got plenty of length in the bag, you can almost take it directly over the bunker on the right. But if you're not as long, you have to air down that left side. Game's about rhythm. When you have good rhythm, it just looks effortless. To hit the ball 300 yards through the air, that easy.
And now it's right in his wheelhouse, good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. That ball's sitting up, you can bring it in high, you can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
Frank now getting set for the second shot here at the 5th.
Yeah, relatively big green or flat green, but you've got to be careful. If you miss it on the left, especially in that left rough just short of the bunker, it's a little devilish of a chip. And there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
That will be a great look at birdie. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. That's a good birdie right there. Into 4 under par for the championship. Frank, you don't want to get too cute with that second shot here at the 6th.
I remember many a time, Rich, when they put the flag right of center. You try and hit it a little bit too close, those palm trees all of a sudden come into play. Hits one of those, that ball can go anywhere.
Frank, now the second shot here at hole number 6.
Yeah, not overly long, but be very aware of these palm trees that are short. Many a shot's caught those trees coming into this green.
Tugged that one a little bit offline to the left, and he'll pay a bit of a price because that rough is fairly thick. So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. Let's see if he does it here.
Pretty good shot right there. Showing no signs of weakness. That's a good putt right there. Stays at 4 under. Seventh hole here at TPC Sawgrass generally plays into the wind, one of the stadium course's most difficult greens to hit, Frank.
It's a really weird tee shot here. You have those 3 little pop bunkers down the right, and then that bunker that meanders once again all the way down the left side. The bunker that's just slightly right of the canal. Very awkward angle off the tee.
Can't ask for much more here at the 7th. He has hit a good one. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. We just saw a player in total control of what he's doing. Didn't miss a green in regulation all day long. Getting set now over the putt. Excellent read for birdie to move to 5 under for the tournament. TPC Sawgrass, the fabled stadium course designed by the legendary Pete Dye. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. Here at the 8th, Frank, most players are happy walking out of here with a par 3.
And the reason why, it's a very narrow entry to this green. It's just littered with bunkers around, left, behind, to the side, and even short. Once you get further up the green, though, even though this is sort of an undulating green, it starts to widen up. So don't get trapped into just looking at the front of this hole.
Regarded as a very accurate player, that shot says it all. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, the 9th is really a good par 5, isn't it?
There's so many options here. Just play it away, sort of 3-wood it down there, then go to the right and sort of wedge it on the green. But it's very tempting, especially in the right wind conditions. And that's if they're coming over your shoulder for a right-hander from right to left. Then this par 5 is very reachable.
They'll be happy with that. In the fairway, now a good chance to attack this hole. Second shot coming up here at the par 5. Offline, and I think that one's headed for the rough. Getting set for this next shot from the rough. What does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are, because, you know, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing.
Coming out of the rough and right up next to the hole. This is an 11-foot putt. Filling it up today. Beautiful putt. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
Second shot now at the 10th, and again, Frank, accuracy is at a premium.
Yeah, gone are the days to sort of thrash it out of the trees like Phil Mickelson. Ideally, coming out of that fairway, you're hitting to a green that moves to the right, so that makes it a little bit more difficult than what the mind's eye first sees.
This could be a good one. Early part of this second nine, a good approach shot. Now, pretty good chance for birdie.
Really? This is an awkward length.
So close. Came to the putt, excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, little change in the attitude right now when you've let one go. You've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important this one goes in.
Good effort and good par putt. Hole number 11, 558 yard, par 5. Frank, players in attack mode here.
Yeah, just try and blitz it down there. There are other bunkers on the left to consider, but really with that much fairway, this is a green light opportunity.
Frank, did you hear the sound of that coming off the club face?
It was like a cannon.
Outstanding tee shot.
Yeah, ball sitting up. You don't have to worry about the wind or anything there. You just take a full-blooded cut at the second shot from here. Second shot.
Sit down. Get down.
Oh, this is going. Well, that was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
Set to go. Not an easy shot by any means. Birdie try up next. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Just continuing to play some really good golf. 8 under par for the championship. Frank, what's so much fun about TPC Sawgrass is the excitement that it generates for a fan and how many different holes there are. 12 is a good example.
Yeah, 12 looks like it's fresh from Scotland. You can see why Pete Dye spent a lot of time over there. Tee shot looks straight away, but the second shot is blind. The shots you'd get in Scotland with a wedge where you just see the top of the flagstick and you've got to really guesstimate on the yardage that you have. But a good wedge shot and someone that can judge their distance, this is certainly a birdie hole.
A great way to start a hole, nicely placed in the fairway. Frank, drive down the right side.
Yeah, and it certainly opens up. Now you've got a full view of the flag, and this is birdie time.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. And as he strides up here to the 12th green, having hit it in regulation, he knows now that his work is by no means done. A long putt coming up. Wow, I thought he made that. Looks like he just misread that. And he's putting for par now.
You know, really, Rich, right now it's just a case of running out of holes. Pars are fine.
And Frank, we always like when they have the whole location back left and that ball trickles down, feeds, and you can see some really good ones and maybe even an ace here.
Yeah, just like Mickelson a few years ago. Down there, it looked like it was going to flirt with a bunker, ran up and over the ridge, and in it goes. This is one where you have to play ground ball as well as high ball. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. With that ball nestled down just a bit in that heavy rough. Second shot coming out of the rough here. Okay, good shot on the dance floor. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Nothing wrong with that par putt. 14th hole, 481-yard par 4, ranking second in difficulty, Frank.
Yeah, this one always gets overlooked, Rich. You've only got to flick the drive a little left, and all of a sudden your round just gets completely wrecked. Ask Vijay Singh. It cost him a Players' Championship. Many a player there has dealt with that left side. You will pay the price.
Excellent looking shot here. Frank, that is position A.
Yeah, the tee shot was like silk, Rich. I mean, just sets up that second shot so beautifully.
Frank, halfway home on maybe the toughest par 4 in the golf course.
Yeah, for some reason, for such a big green, it's always hard to get that second shot close.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. That will be a great look at birdie. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Really hitting on all cylinders now. 9 under for the tournament. Frank, the 15th hole certainly has the respect of the professionals.
But you're right. This is a positional hole where just keep the ball down the left center. You can't go too far, though, because you'll get blocked out or you'll run out of fairway. From there, it's really about knowing where the flag is, what position on the screen, because this is another green that's not flat. If the second shot lands on the wrong portion of the green, it'll finish well away from the hole.
Well, he really moved that one. 320 yards and in the fairway. Frank, once again, precision is so important as we look at this second shot to the 15th.
Yeah, you're looking at the flag here. You're looking at birdie. But if you miss, that big bunker on the left will swallow it up, and there's 2 little pop bunkers on the right. Tough to get it up and down.
Boy, I'm reminded of what an old caddy used to say about the great Lanny Watkins when he was on fire. You can't hide the flagstick from that man. This from 7 feet. Well, there's impressive, and then there's mind-boggling. We're at mind-boggling now. 10 under par. Frank, you're 1 behind. Sunday afternoon, you're trying to win one of the game's great championships. Is this a spot that you love as a competitor, the 16th hole of par 5, with a chance to make a lot of noise?
It's a spot you cannot hide from, Rich, because you know exactly there. If you haven't looked at a scoreboard, you can feel it from the atmosphere.
Good contact, good result. Wow, that is a monster drive down there, about 315 yards. And from the fairway with his second shot here.
Should be safely on deck.
Couldn't have done much better than that. An eagle is very possible. Getting set now over the putt. Racking them and stacking them. That's 12 under par now for the tournament. Frank, not to plant the seed of doubt, but we must deliver the facts here on this telecast. 44 balls in the water a couple of years ago, 28 last year.
Rich, that's the announcer's curse. What will he do?
This one doesn't look good.
There's water over there.
Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Well, that's what everyone else is going to say, except him.
Will make birdie if he holds this putt. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. People always talk about 17 being visually intimidating. Frank, what about 18?
If there's a little bit of wind off the right, the tee shot is so much easier. But if that wind is coming off the water, not only do you see the water and the wooden bulkheads, you see all the rough and the trees on the right. And, of course, then you start bringing 5, 6, 7, even 8 into play. That's what makes this tee shot so hard.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Now he just needs one final good swing here, the approach shot to the last.
That green's starting to look a little smaller than what it did earlier in the day.
Can't hide the flagstick from that man. And this will be a 5-foot putt here. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, you surprised to see that name on top of the leaderboard?
I am surprised to see the name, but not that style of golf leading. It was great performance, especially tee to green. You don't often see people start that quickly.